We're back with Sean Diddy Combs. Is it Diddy today? Because sometimes you're Puffy and sometimes you're Diddy. Or sometimes you're Daddy. What are you today?
I'm so confused today with it, as long as you say it in a nice way.
Well, I guess Diddy just kept people at his houses because he's got multiple houses and he's just had freak out part. Look at him. Look at Saucy said down. Go, Saucy.
Yeah. No, Saucy's crazy. Have you seen Saucy twerk?
You may have heard this summer there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show, and then there was an investigation. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened. I take that very seriously, and I want to say I am so sorry to the people who were affected.
I don't have any real personal beef with Diddy, but it's got to go down. The bits are there. I'm a gold miner. I just found some gold.
Joe Rogan just said something that has the internet losing its mind. Out of nowhere, he called out Ellen DeGeneres, yes, that Ellen, and questioned why nobody's talking about her connection to Diddy now that his scandals are blowing up. It's the kind of thing that makes you stop and go, wait, how has nobody connected this before? Rogan didn't hold back, and what he said has people replaying old clips, asking new questions, and wondering how deep this rabbit hole really goes. Because once you start looking, the dots between Ellen and Diddy get hard to ignore. When Diddy's arrest hit the news, the internet went into full detective mode. Fans started digging up everything. Old interviews, award show clips, talk show moments, and a pattern started to form. One of the weirdest discoveries? Ellen and Diddy had been super friendly for years. She invited him on her show multiple times, and their conversations always seemed to circle back to those infamous Diddy parties. Back then, everyone laughed about it. Ellen would tease him about his late-night events, and Diddy would joke about how wild they got. Nobody thought twice, but in hindsight, those lighthearted jokes hit very differently now. All right, we're back with Sean Diddy Combs. Is it Diddy today, Puffy, or Daddy? I can't keep up. As long as you say it nice, I'll take it, Diddy joked. Everyone in the audience laughed, but now those laughs sound nervous. So when Rogan recently brought this up, people paid attention. On his podcast, he said it's bizarre that nobody in Hollywood, especially someone like Ellen, is being asked real questions. She had him on her show, they talked about those parties, and now that those same parties are under criminal investigation, she's gone completely quiet. Rogan didn't accuse her of anything directly, but he didn't need to. The way he framed it made his point clear. Why the silence? Why is Ellen, who built a career on kindness and transparency, suddenly so unreachable now? And when Rogan said the silence is deafening, people knew exactly what he meant. Now, to understand why this moment is so wild, we've got to rewind a bit. Remember when Ellen's entire empire collapsed back in 2020? BuzzFeed dropped that bombshell report exposing her show's toxic work environment. Employees talking about racism, intimidation, and fear. The "Be Kind" slogan that made her a star? Turns out that was all for the cameras. One former employee even said, the "Be Kind" stuff only happens when the cameras are on. The fallout was massive. Ellen went on air to apologize, kind of, and said she didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. But come on, it's her name on the show. Most people didn't buy it. Still, the producers took the fall, and Ellen survived. For a while. The show dragged on for 2 more seasons, limping toward its finale in 2022. Ellen claimed she was ending it because it wasn't challenging anymore, but everyone knew the truth. Her reputation was in ashes. Then things got even stranger. After Trump's 2024 election win, Ellen and her wife Portia quietly sold their California mansion, packed their bags, and moved to the UK. She told fans she wasn't coming back to America. Some said she just wanted peace and privacy. Others called it what it looked like, an escape. And here's where Rogan's comments start to sting even more. He reminded everyone that Ellen wasn't just a random celebrity who happened to know Diddy. She joked about his parties on national television. She told him she knew about them. And now that those parties are being exposed as the center of major criminal investigations, she's nowhere to be found. Rogan said what most of Hollywood won't. It's weird that Ellen's pretending none of this is happening. It's weird that someone who used to host A-listers like Diddy, Ashton Kutcher, and Kanye West suddenly wants nothing to do with the conversation. And if that sounds like a reach, think again. Former Ellen staffers have painted a picture of a woman who thrived on control. One cameraman said Ellen had this cold stare. They called it the Ellen gaze. That could make a grown man freeze. Another said people were terrified to speak up because one wrong move could get you blacklisted. Sound familiar? That same culture of silence is exactly what people now say existed around Diddy. Different worlds, same dynamic. powerful person, loyal inner circle, and everyone too scared to speak. It's not proof of anything illegal, but it's a pattern. And that's what Rogan was pointing out. Since moving to the UK, Ellen's been keeping things quiet. She's posting photos of her chickens, her garden, countryside walks, acting like life's peaceful again. But the internet hasn't forgotten. Twitter and TikTok are full of posts connecting the dots. Ellen knew about those parties. Now she's hiding out in the UK. Joe Rogan's the only one brave enough to say it. Another viral comment said, "Ellen dodging Diddy questions, then moving across the ocean is the most guilty behavior I've ever seen." Even though fact-checkers like Snopes have debunked the wilder rumors, like claims of secret tapes or warrants, the damage is done. People don't trust her. Once your public image cracks, there's no going back. Rogan's point hits especially hard because of what Ellen represents. She wasn't just another talk show host. She was the Hollywood establishment, the nice celebrity everyone loved, the safe one. And now, that same figure is ducking every hard question while the people she used to praise are facing criminal charges. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Diddy is, at least, being held accountable. He's under investigation, facing charges, his empire collapsing. Ellen, she retired rich, moved to the countryside, and still has her image protected by a Hollywood PR shield. Maybe that's what Rogan meant when he said she might be worse in a way. Because if Diddy's being punished for his alleged actions, Ellen's facing nothing for years of toxicity and hypocrisy. She's still out there, branding herself as misunderstood, not exposed. In her 2024 Netflix special For Your Approval, Ellen joked about being kicked out of show business, saying, "The Be Kind girl wasn't kind." That was the headline. But when you listen closely, it doesn't sound like regret, it sounds like bitterness. She said, "In this business, people either idolize you or hate you, and somehow the haters are always louder." That's not accountability, that's ego. Rogan and others like him are done tiptoeing around people like Ellen. He's not part of the Hollywood machine, which means he can ask what most journalists won't. His question is simple. If Ellen knew about those parties, why is she quiet now? Why won't she comment? Why is everyone protecting her while tearing others apart? The internet's starting to answer that for itself. People are connecting dots that mainstream outlets won't touch because Ellen still has powerful friends. Friends who can keep her name out of the headlines. But for how long? Because one thing's clear, Joe Rogan's not letting this go, and the public's curiosity is only growing. So what do you think? Did Ellen really know more than she's letting on? Or is she just caught in the crossfire of another Hollywood implosion? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into the stories the media won't touch, make sure you're subscribed. Because this story, it's just getting started.